Hey Midwest Conference fans, I'm Paityn Tabor here on Midwest Conference Media Day, and I am joined by Monmouth quarterback Carter Boyer. Carter, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me.
Yep, thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. My first question for you, I'm just kind of curious, what are your personal expectations for the upcoming season?
My personal expectations are just to have the best record we could as a team. I'm really excited to kind of show what we're going to have bringing back. So, I mean, we have quite a few fifth years coming back. We have on defense, we got Tanner Tomoski, Michael Lord, Jeremiah. On offense, we have Nick Obsaint, Derek Brown, and Dylan Bone, and also myself. So I'm super excited to come back with my classmates and just super excited to kind of show everybody what we're made of.
Yeah, that's so exciting. You talk about all those guys coming back, which are great players. To you, what's one trait that makes for a great Division III football player?
I mean, I would say just being a big family. I mean, everybody on that team. I mean, we all know, like when we first get to camp, we all the players just have a meeting and we just say, everybody's a family here. If you want to come to upperclassmen, feel free to do it whenever you want. I mean, you just have to kind of be like a big brother to those young guys, and I mean, it's a really big family atmosphere. And I would stress enough to where like just always ask questions, because you're upperclassmen. They're not going to look down on you for wanting to get better, because we need those younger classmen just for support on the sideline, and it's a big part of it.
That's awesome. Tell me a little bit more about your team. What's the dynamic like in the locker room?
The dynamic is very, very competitive. I mean, every day it's offense versus defense. We hate each other throughout the week, but when we get back to the locker room, we're all brothers. Like, we love each other all the time. When it's game day, we're 100% a team. We're 100% a team no matter what. But I mean, when it's practice, you're going head to head every single day. I mean, that's the best atmosphere. I mean, you get to just kind of talk smack to each other throughout the practice. And then you get back to the locker room, you're like, hey, I'm just kidding. I love you, man. And everybody knows that it's just the competitive nature of us. So, I mean, it's kind of just I'd say just a constant battle with each other, but at the same time, you're always working together to get better. So,
To you, what is the best part of Fighting Scots football?
The best part is definitely like I said, the family community. I mean, it's kind of a smaller town, so I like the fact that everybody kind of knows everybody. Everybody is on a first name basis with the crowd. Everybody's like, I mean, I just love the fact that I can go up to any of my teammates' parents and they'll be like, good game, Carter. I'll be like, thank you. And then whoever the parent is, and I'll just be able to be on a first name basis. I kind of really do like that. Everybody knows that no matter who's in, like if someone needs a ride to the airport, say someone from Florida, they can, whenever they need, they can just message us. Same thing if someone needs somewhere to go for Thanksgiving, someone comes to my house, someone goes to someone else's house. Everybody's just kind of a family atmosphere. So I mean, it's really just the part of the family that everybody really loves. I know that that's important for a lot of football teams, but I really, really do feel it here at Monmouth.
Yeah, that's so happy. That makes me so happy to hear. That's great. Speaking about your school a little bit more broadly, what's your favorite part of being a student athlete at Monmouth?
I would just say the fact that a lot of people there are student athletes. So all the teachers they have an understanding to see, like, okay, a lot of this, like, I think it's obviously over 50% of the total population at Monmouth is student athletes. So I mean, the teachers have a very good understanding of like what we're going through, and they work with you very, very well on. I mean, if you need an extension, they would be more than happy if you just talk to them. You just got to communicate. Everybody's on the same team there, so I do like that part.
Yeah, that's awesome. Having that understanding with your professors is so important.
Yep. And then I also just like how a lot of my business professors, they'll be like, ooh, that game on Saturday, you did this, they'll all be watching. Like, even if it's an away game, they'll be listening to it. They'll be watching it on the live stream. I mean, they're just very, very supportive of everything. And I do love that.
Yeah. They're invested in you all across the board.
Oh yeah.
That's great. To you, who's the best leader on your team and why? If you had to pick one.
I can't really pick out a specific leader. I mean, I would definitely say the upperclassmen. I really do think that all the upperclassmen have a very good mindset to set. Like, when we first get to camp, I think all the upperclassmen have a very good mindset of, we're here for one thing, and it's one thing to win. Like, we want to win. All the upperclassmen get that. And I think as soon as we get there, or as soon as everybody gets there, the underclassmen also kind of jump right on board to say, okay, we're here for one reason. We're here to get everybody better. We're here to win conference. We're here to, it's just everybody has that one goal, just get better every single week. And like I said, I can't really pick out one specific leader just because we have so many good ones. So
yeah. So I'm just kind of curious, from your first year as a young first year up till now going into your 5th year, what are some just traits that you had learned throughout your career to kind of take now some of the underclassmen under your wing and, show them what Monmouth football is all about?
Yeah. So when I first got to Monmouth, like I think a lot of people are like this. When I first got to college, I was pretty homesick. I think you can ask any of my coaches, any of my teammates, like in my grade, the very first week of camp, I kind of went MIA. I just left for a week, and it's a funny story because that's what we all tell each other. Like when we have recruits, that's the story that the coaches say. Like, this guy, he started out really not knowing anything, and then the joke is that I left, and then everybody's calling me. They're like, "Where are you? Where are you?" And I'm like, I'm freaking out right now because I was super homesick. And then, my freshman year, that really was, once I went back, I came home and my dad, I get home and my dad's like, "What are you doing? Right? Like, you're supposed to be at camp, this and that." And then I get back to camp, we kind of get into a groove. You kind of had to get into a groove just to, like, you know what I mean? So it's you're kind of thrown out of your nature when you go back to school and stuff like that. So, I had a really good freshman year. I ended up going in on the conference championship game and winning us a game with my friend Jake Ures and the rest of the team. So, I mean, you just kind of got to stick it out, fight through adversity, and you just got to know your role when you first get there. You're a young guy. You have to know that you're not going to be a top dog right away, and you have to earn your spot. So, I mean, what I would just say to those younger classmen is just fight through adversity, and just stick it out.
Yeah. If you had to pick a favorite away stadium to play in, what would it be?
Favorite away stadium. I would probably have to go with Wartburg, even though they're not in our conference. I feel like the atmosphere, every time we play there, it's a night game. So I really like the night game feeling. We had one last year for the first time at Monmouth. And then it kind of just reminds me of like high school, like Friday Night Lights. I think that's why I really, really like it. I just really enjoy. It's not just the being at Wartburg. I really do think it's just the atmosphere being a night game. I really do enjoy that.
Night games are always so much fun.
I think kind of every game we come to play, but I really think that those night games, everybody's just juiced up just because they're anticipating the kickoff, and it's our first game of the year. And I mean, I think that's definitely like even though it's not a conference game, it's just a big game to us just because we really do like playing at night, and we really want to prove ourselves at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. How do you think the off season went for your team going into this upcoming season?
I think it's pretty good. We all stay pretty connected. We like to, some of the wide receivers that live here in Illinois, I wish we lived closer to the people in Florida. But the people in Illinois, we tried to throw once a week, try to get together as many times as possible. We tried to go to the Monmouth camps for the kids and stuff like that. So we did stay pretty connected. I lifted with a lot of the people over the off season. I mean, it's just, I think that we're going to come in with very good chemistry like we do every year. But this year, I feel like there's something a little bit different just because we have so many fifth years coming back. So I do think the chemistry is going to be there.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about why you decided to come back for a fifth year.
This is going to sound kind of cliche, but I felt like that we didn't end on the right foot. For the conference, we split 3 ways, and that's just not something that I really wanted to end on personally. And as a team, I really didn't want to be done without fulfilling this is the definite winner. You know what I mean? Like we tied the conference with everybody. And I just really, that's another thing that I really didn't sit right with me. I really wanted to come back and, win it as a team and kind of show everybody what we're made of. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes total sense. And so you guys did tie it in the conference, and you guys got to go to a bowl game. Tell me a little bit about that, because you guys were the first team in the conference to ever get to go to one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a very, very good honor going there, but we also would have really liked to go to the playoffs just to get a chance at it. You know what I mean? So because when you go to a bowl game, I do think it was a very, very good opportunity for us to kind of extend like the Midwest Conference and go to the bowl game. It was a very good atmosphere. It was snowing. It was Wisconsin. It was a very, very good atmosphere. It was one of the best games that I've ever, like one of the most fun games I've ever played in, just because it was the snow, everybody was alive. I mean, you know what I mean? So, but the one downside was we knew that we weren't gonna, if we were to win, when we did win, we knew we weren't gonna advance. But I mean, it was also good to end on a win that season. I think that carried a lot of momentum into this coming season. So.
Yeah, absolutely. To you, as the quarterback of Monmouth, what's your favorite part about your offense?
My favorite part is just kind of our diversity. I think we can run the ball very, very well, and I think we can pass the ball very, very well. So I think people have to be on their toes, and I do think that we have some very good athletes coming back. Our wide receiver core, the leader of the conference, Nathan Thornton. I'm super excited to play with him again. We're gonna miss Jake Urez. I do, because he's a baller, but we do have a guy, Jackson Berger, and he's going to be able to fill his shoes, I think, pretty easily, just because he's a dog. Brennan Bishop, he's going to come back, and so is Nick Obsane. So I mean, we have some great people on offense. And then I'm really looking forward to Dylan Bone, my tight end, and also Derek Brown coming back, and then as well as my other line. But Derek Brown, me and him just have a really good connection, and I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it sounds like you have all the right pieces around you to.
Oh yeah, I'm super excited.
Great. At the end of the season, what do you believe is going to define your team's success?
I think it's just how much everybody wants to buy in. I mean, it's kind of cliche to think about that, but I mean, it takes every single person on that team, no matter, even if they don't get much playing time. I don't think some people understand how much a sideline can have to do with like the momentum changes in the game. And I mean, I just think that we just have to all be bought in. I think if you buy in, and even if you know, like, everybody just has to know their role. Everybody has to know that maybe I'm one injury away or one play away from getting that time to shine. You have to be ready no matter what. Even if you're a third string guy or a fourth string guy, you just have to always be ready. And I think a big part of it is our freshmen and sophomores on the special teams. I think everybody kind of looks down on special teams, but I do think it's very, very important part of the game, just because, it's kind of a tone setter for the beginning of the game. And then if there's a turnover on it, I mean, we just have to all be bought into one specific goal, and everybody has to be, I want to win. I want to give everything I can to win, even if that means all I have to do is cheer the whole game. I mean, even if that means all I have to do is run down and tackle someone on kickoff. Like, everybody's got to be bought in. I think that's the main point to everybody.
My last question for you, Carter. Do you think that it's harder to repeat a great year or to have a great year?
I think that's a very interesting question, and you gotta have to think about it. I think both of them are kind of the same, just because to repeat a good year, you have to do everything right, and to have a great season, you also have to do everything right. I mean, everybody wants to get better throughout the year. So our goal, I mean, we had a good year last year. You can't complain of what we had. We won conference, we split conference with everybody. But I mean, our goal this year is to just get better. Each year you just got to get better. Every single year you just got to think, how can my team develop something that we didn't have last year? So I mean, all we have to do is, like I said, everybody's got to buy in, and I think that it's super easier said than done, that we just got to get better. But I think it's going to be a really interesting year to think of, or to see what we can do on the field. So. Well,
that's all I had for you, Carter. Thanks so much for taking the time to meet with me. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
I wish you the best of luck this season.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.